Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. This evening we are going to be trying out a new function on the Instant Pot Rio Wide Plus. I am going to be trying out the cake setting on the Instant Pot Rio Wide Plus. I have to clarify that because I have been receiving several messages. There are two versions of the Instant Pot Rio apparently. There may be more than that, but I'm aware of two. You have the Instant Pot Rio Wide and the Instant Pot Rio Wide Plus. This is the Wide Plus. That is why it does look different. Several people have said theirs is black and it doesn't have the dial. The Wide Plus does have the dial, but the Wide does not. So let's get into this. What we are going to do is make a cake. I have searched the internet to find a recipe, and the recipes I have found says just use a box. That's what we're going to do. So I am just going to get on into it. Before I do this, first thing we have to do is spray our pan. Instead of using a cake pan, I'm using the bundt pan. And my spray, I just use Baker's Joy. It's just a non-stick spray. And I spray it generously. Because in a bundt, you do not want it to stick. Because it'll just tear your cake all up. Okay, that's done. Okay, we have our pan sprayed, so I'm just going to set it over here to the side. And the next thing we need to do is put water in. Oh, I forgot I had my eggs sitting there. That could have turned out dangerous. The next thing we have to do is put water in our Instant Pot. I am going to show you. I do have the rack in here because I am going to set my bundt pan on that rack. But we have to put 1.5 cups of water in our Instant Pot. Our next step is we have to prepare our cake mix how it says on the package. So I'm going to open this and get started on it. Most of the reviews that I found on the web for making a cake in an Instant Pot says it's like the moistest cake. I'm trying not to make a mess here, but when it comes to me baking, that's almost near impossible. But this technically isn't baking, it's pressure cooking. So we have our box mix in here. I'm just making sure I'm doing everything. It says heat oven, we don't have to do that. Mix cake mix, water, and oil. So we've got cake mix, 1 cup of water, and 1/2 cup, it says 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I don't use vegetable oil. I'm using grapeseed oil because it has no taste to it. And we have to mix our eggs in also. So I have 3 eggs that I'm going to be putting in this. And no, I'm not one of them quick egg crackers. I'm very careful because I could easily get a shell in there. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering why I'm doing it directly in my cake bowl, because I know these are fresh eggs. Otherwise, I'd be cracking them into another little bowl. So, let's go on and give this a whisk. Here you can see we're just mixing the ingredients real well. You want to make sure to get all of that flour incorporated in that. And this is a lemon cake mix. I will show you what I use here. It's super moist lemon cake mix. It's the Betty Crocker Delight. I am not an affiliate. This is just what I use. I like the Delights because I normally put a box of pudding mix in any cake, any cupcake, anything like that I make. I always put a box of vanilla pudding mix in it. Or not vanilla, pudding mix. If this was not the Delight, I would have put a lemon. Okay, so this is ready. I'm sure this is more than what will fit into my little pan. This pan here is actually made for pressure cookers, but it is for my Pampered Chef pressure cooker. I bought this separately, and I gave that to my daughter-in-law. So next, we pour our batter. Okay, we have our batter ready. Now, this I'm supposed to actually separate into 2 pans. I'm just putting this in this one, so I may make 2 cakes. And I'm going to do it where you can see there. So I filled my little bundt pan, and notice it's got this little hook. This is a piece that goes under it, and it just makes it easier to get out of the pot. So I'm going to move you over so you can see me fill it. Okay, so now we sit this down in the Instant Pot. Next, we take the lid, put it on, and lock it. And the next step, we are going to cut it on. I didn't have my power on over there. So we've cut it on. It says set timer to 35 minutes on high pressure, which is the cake setting. So let's check this. We're going to press the cake. That says 30 minutes. So we're going to cut it to 35. It is to be on high pressure. So we're choosing that. Okay, it says it'll take about 6 minutes for this to build the pressure, and your water has to be cold. Make sure it's cold water, because it says like it'll bring it to pressure faster. I don't understand that, but to me water is water, but it says cold water and 35 minutes high pressure. It's preheating, so we will see, and I'll bring you back when it is done. Okay, it has actually natural released for 13 minutes. What we're going to do now, release any steam that's left. We're going to open. And we're going to see what this looks like. This does not look real good. We're checking for doneness. It's done. It come out done all the way. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to remove the cake. This cake does look packy, but I've heard this is okay. We are to let this sit and cool for 5 minutes. So we have set for 5 minutes. It's still warm, so I put a little of the frosting on it. I don't know about you, but I love my frosting to be melted like this, just to kind of make a glaze on it. So let's try a little bite here. Let's look at it and see what it looks like. I'm going to show you so you can see. Let me cut that light on. So that's the cake. So Okay, so I'm going to do a taste test. I'm looking at this cake. And I know that's a small cake, but that's a small pan. Let's cut it. Let's open it up. It does look real dense. I don't know if you can see this. Let me get it where you can. It looks, I don't know. That looks more like a custard. It's got good flavor, but that is a strange texture. That is definitely different. I'm gonna have to practice this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that texture. It's not done enough for me. It doesn't have a cake texture. It has more of a custardy texture. It doesn't really taste bad. I mean, it tastes fine. It may just be a texture thing, but that's going to need a little more work on it. So guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. This is my review on the Instant Pot cake setting. I am going to have to work on this. This is not, it's not a thumbs up. It's maybe a 2 out of 5. I may need to keep testing it out. But right now, I don't like it. Like I said though, the taste is not bad. It's the texture for me. It doesn't have a cake texture. It has more of a dense custardy texture. If you have not subscribed, click on that little blue button with a barn on it on the bottom right hand side of your screen. And click that notification bell. Each and every time I upload new content, you'll receive a notification. And leave a comment. Comments help my channel grow. And I do respond to each and every comment that is left. Personally, I do it personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.